Welcome to part 2 of Unlearning. Here we talk about a controversial topic, which is money. Now, there are going to be lots of backlash and lots of people being like, you're living in a dream, all of that stuff. There's going to be a lot of backlash because when you are trying to tell somebody that everything you know and you've learned is false, it's a big hit to take. Okay, and this is not me telling you, this is the reality of the system, the hit that you are feeling, I am feeling too in this moment. Now, it depends whenever you see, but know that that hit is being taken by both of us at this point in time. Okay, now we get to the topic of money. I'm going to take a sip of coffee for this because it's a big one. Okay, money. What is money? It is a currency that is given, it is like a piece of paper called a currency, which is given value through which exchange is possible. Now, when you say money, immediately what comes into your head? Banks. Okay? So now we'll take banks as an example. Now, let's say I am a bank and you are a customer. Now, I as a bank am coming to you and I'm telling you, give me 5 lakh rupees. I will keep your money safe with me, and after 1 year's time, I will give you 1% interest. Now, this is a good deal because otherwise the money would be sitting in your home and it would stay stale, stagnant. Whereas if you give it to me, I'm telling you in 1 year's time, I'll give you 1% more. So that's a win-win situation. So now you give me your 5 lakhs, okay? Now me as a bank, I know that I have to make this money so that I can give it to you. So I'm thinking, what do I do? Now I see him. He wants a loan of 5 lakhs to start his own business. So I told him. So I wrote him a receipt that this is the 5 lakhs. Take the receipt. Now you do what you want, and in 1 year's time, you come back with me, you have to give me 10% interest. Okay? So now I have taken money from you and I have to give you 1%. Now that same money ka receipt I have given to him saying that you have to give me 10%. So at the end of the year, I ideally make how much? 9%. That is what logical thinking says. Okay? Now, is it true that the 5 lakhs that you have given me, I have given him? Is it true? What if I tell you that, as we all know, banks have a fractional reserve. Okay, so there's a certain amount of money that I have to keep with me no matter what. So let's say that fractional reserve as an example is 10%. So 10% of the 5 lakhs, which is 50,000, I have to keep with me at all points in time. So now I can only lend 4.5 lakhs. Okay. So now let's take this as an example. So if I have taken money from you and given to him, how much do I have? So how this banking system works, it means that the bank has 9.5 lakhs. How? You've given me 5 lakhs. Then I have not given him your 5 lakhs. I have given him a receipt, a contract of the 5 lakhs. So your contract with me says that in 1 year's time I give you 1%, and then for him in 1 year's time he has to give me 10%, right? Now I have not given him money, I have just given him a receipt which is acting like the money. So now I am sitting on 9.5 lakhs. And if you think about it, let's make this easier. Okay, I understand this is getting a little complicated, people are getting confused, but let me challenge your thinking because it's required. If we do not get challenged in learning the way that we are today, the world will challenge us and fool us and take us for a ride. Excuse the tissue. Okay. So the bank in this situation has written off money out of nothing. It has created money out of nothing, as per the situation that I had mentioned before. Sorry, this topic is going to need some coffee. So, banks have the permission to create money out of nothing. What is that nothing? The contract. What is the nothing? The receipt. Okay. So this basic, whatever you can understand, you take from it. Whatever you don't, we'll clarify ahead. Now, let's think about history a little bit. Okay. Back in the day, merchants used to do trading. Okay. They used to trade this for that and that for this. Then some merchants got very wealthy. So what they thought is, they became smart. They started their own banks. Now back in the day, you didn't have money. The concept of money is pretty new. So back in the day, you had gold. Okay. Now, I am the rich merchant. Now I am telling you to give me gold and that it will be with me and that you can take it any point in time that you want. Okay. I'll keep it with me safely and securely. Meanwhile, you conduct your business and I'll keep your gold securely. Now, I have taken 5 lakhs worth of gold from you. And now you use it to buy cotton. Now, I have taken 5 lakhs of gold from you. I have given it to X to buy cotton for his company, whatever. So, theoretically, I have 10 lakhs now. Does this make sense? No, no. Good. So, now what is it? See, it's a little confusing. So, I am also trying to find the right words to explain. I have taken 5 lakhs of gold. Okay. Now, I have with me physically 5 lakhs of gold. Practical, real. Okay. Now, X has come saying that I want to buy cotton for my business. Okay. So, I write him a contract. I'm not giving him actual gold because that becomes a tedious task, you know. So, I was like, I'm giving you a contract. You use this contract as the amount of gold and you go buy your cotton, which banks are allowed to do, which is creating money out of nothing. Okay. So, now I have that 5 lakhs in gold, which is with me only. Now, I am writing a contract of 5 lakhs and giving it to him. So, and because it's a loan, it's going to come back with interest. So, ideally, I have 10 lakhs with me because I have loaned out 5 lakhs in the form of contract. Are you understanding? So, in reality, with me is only 5 lakhs of gold. But now, theoretically, on paper, I have now 10 lakhs. Is that making sense? I want you to just let this settle in. Okay. Now say X has got his money. Now say Y has also come. He's like, I want to buy hay for my horses. I also need 5 lakhs of gold so I can supply for the rest of the year. So I wrote him another receipt. Yeah, take, go buy the hay. And then this Z person comes. He's like, I want to I want to make leather. I need 5 lakhs of gold. So I gave it to him also a receipt. So now what has happened, I have only 5 physical lakhs of gold, but in theory, on paper, I have given him 5 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 5 lakhs and the 5 lakhs that I have. So on paper, I'm 20 lakhs worth. Is that making sense? I want you to take your time and take it in. So that piece of paper is acting like the actual amount. So that piece of paper, that contract, is now given enough value so that it acts like the 5 lakhs of gold. I have only 5 lakhs and I'm loaning out in the form of contracts. Take it in. Just breathe through it, take it in. Okay, so now theoretically on paper I have 20 lakhs of gold, when in reality it's only 5. Okay, so did you see how that piece of paper, which is the contract, once given value, became as valuable as the gold? So the value was not in the paper, it was in the value given and believed about the paper. Okay. I'm purposely pausing so there's time to understand. Okay. Now, let's go back to history. Now, in the past, no one really needed money because at that time there was the barter system going on. I want a cow from you because my cow died, so I'll give you my horse, or I'll give you 2 months, 3 months worth of grass for your horse. Okay, so that's how it used to work. Everyone knew everyone. Everyone lived in a community setup. It was all based on barter, all based on equal exchange. You give me a football, I'll give you a basketball. Simple. That's how it was. There was no concept of money except for maybe, a marriage or a death or something like that, where money was basically something that was given for a certain situation that can never be repaid. Okay, so money was given when there is something that can never be given back. So, for example, just an example, A kills B. Now, A can never give back B's family B because now he's dead. So now A will give money to B's family as a compensation for what he cannot give back anymore. Are you understanding? So money was used as something, was only given for something that cannot be repaid. Okay? And now back in the day, the traders were one community. They all knew each other. There was constant interaction, trust. So basically, they never needed money. They would just trade something and then figure out whatever they needed. If they needed this thing, I'd trade with this one and get it, and then I'd trade with that one and I'd get it. Community aspect, trust aspect, and barter system aspect, so money was never required. Now, this system that I have spoken of before, above this, about gold, that I have 5 lakhs of gold, I've written a receipt, okay? And now 20 lakhs on paper I have of gold, but in reality though I'm sitting with only 5 lakhs of gold, right? Now this has a problem. What is the problem? What if now these people who have given me gold, in their contract it's written that I give it back to them whenever they ask me. Correct? Now, what if 2, 3 of them who have given me ask me at the same time? Then what will I do? That's a problem. Because in that case, the bank will go bankrupt. The bank goes bankrupt. That means all the money that was given is now suddenly wanting to be taken out, and that would make the money in the bank zero, including the lack of fractional reserve, which creates bankruptcy. That was what bankrupt means. So, what does the bank do? It makes a bank run. Okay? Now let's again try to fix this and make sense of this with the past. Back in the day, who did banks give money to? There were no entrepreneurs. So the bank would give money to kings. Okay? And what would the kings need money for? For war. To know this is my territory, or they'd fight with their brother, or they'd do this, or for their own personal dramas, but they'd need the money for war. And then once the king would win the war, sometimes they would just not pay the banks back. So, now in order to tackle this problem, the banks created cartels. What are cartels? Cartel is nothing what is portrayed today as. A cartel is basically a group of banks that have joined hands in order to make sure that all the people that pay them back, full stop. And that if any time one bank is in trouble, the other bank can help. Okay? So now, in the case where now I have only 5 lakhs of gold, and now all 4 of them are asking for their money back, and now I have to give 20 lakhs of gold, which I am only sitting with 5. So then I go for a bank run. And I go to my partner cartel bank and be like, hey bro, this, I need this much, I need 15 ASAP. You please help me, and if you can't, then let's ask the entire cartel and help me out. So in this case, the banks are saving each other and themselves, and in this, each bank that gives the other bank also makes little money. So it's a win for everybody. Okay? So this is the system that is created. So now, if a king does not want to pay you back, you tell the other bank that, listen, that money that you had given me, a bit of that is there, and money you had given me, bank number 2 and bank number 3 and bank number 4, that money we had given to the king. Now the king is not paying me back because he's got this sudden arrogance about his victory of the war. So now, what has happened through this system is that all this cartel of banks has one common enemy. So when a lot of people join hands to fight the power, that is when the power will put its head down. And this is the system. This system is called central banking. Okay? Just take it in. And this central banking system is what controls the world today. It is based on power. It is based on power that can make nothing into money. It can literally make nothing into money, also known as that contract. Did you know that banks can also print as much money as they want? As much. unshunt. In Hindi we say this, but like unlimited. So then this makes me think, why are there poor people? Why do poor people exist? Yeah, now though I'm in like a fix, I'm not understanding what's happening. If we all have money, if we all have food, unlimited, then why are there people starving? Why is there poverty? Why do people live on the streets? This is called the scarcity agenda. This is called the scarcity agenda. Now I need you to listen to me with an open mind and full ears, okay? There will be this little twig inside of you saying, oh, she's talking shit. No, 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 no. Trust me, while I was studying this, the same thing happened to me. But I'm telling you, listen. So when this sense of scarcity agenda is pushed onto us, and that little twig, no, is that exact scarcity belief that has embodied the agenda, okay? All resources from food, from money, etc., are unlimited, are absolutely there in abundance. Okay? We are made to believe that, oh, it's not like this, it's not like that. You know, this is what the powerful people want us to believe, that there is not enough. Tell me something. Today, if everyone had equal amounts of money, okay, everyone is worth 100 crores, for example, then would you work? Would you work as hard as you do today? You wouldn't. Some people may not even work then. Why would you work? You have everything you need. Now, this is what the powerful don't want. See, at the end of the day, you know, one person has 24 hours, one person can do only a certain amount of work, even if he's pushed to the maximum and sleeps 3-4 hours a day. Okay? But when is it that someone becomes extremely powerful, like the elite, the ultra elite? Why? Because there is a bunch of people with scarcity mindset working under them to make them that powerful. Because they are in that run, that rush, that I need to make money, otherwise I will be on the road, otherwise I will have no food, otherwise my children will be starving, otherwise my wife will be starving. This is an agenda pushed onto us. And you need to listen to me with an open mind, because as the lessons continue, you will understand what is the reality of what is happening. Right now, you will have all sorts of kidas saying, oh, this is a very privileged thing to say, and oh, this is this and this is that. Hear me out. Hear me out. There is something that the rich know that the poor don't, and this is what it is. So if you want to know, stay on, keep an open mind, and listen carefully. We know that everything is unlimited, but we have been made to believe that everything is scarce. Why is there a poor person on the road? So that it is an illusion of scarcity, illusion of misery. Oh, better go to school, better work hard, otherwise you'll be like that man on the road. You have to see it to believe it. You have to see people suffering to then be like, okay, hey, you know, this is true. So you have to see it to believe it. This is the illusion of misery. It is created by the extremely powerful people, because if the bank can make unlimited money, then why is it not? Why is it not? If there is food enough, more than enough food for everyone to eat 3 times a day, then why are people starving? These are questions you must ask yourself. You must apply this, because it is way more powerful than you make it be. They don't want everyone to be equal, as then no one will work. That fire in the belly happens due to a scarcity mindset. That fire in your belly to work and work and work happens because there is something inside you that believes that there is something less of. There is something less. I have to get there, I have to get there, I have to get there, I have to get there. It's a scarce mindset. This way, you keep working hard as hard as possible, and you get fed whatever little bit that you do, and you keep the powerful powerful. You keep them growing furthermore, and you get whatever little for what all that hard work that you put, you get whatever compensation that you do. Where they are the ones who are really benefiting from your work. So at the end of the day, you must understand that power beats money. So the elite use power and they dangle this illusion of money and scarcity that, hey, chal, tu kaam kar aur ye paisa le. Meanwhile, main powerful banega. And that is why they are where they are and the scarce people are where they are. The poor exist as an example to create the illusion of misery. And once this illusion of misery has been seeped into us and seen on every interval, the subconscious mind believes that money is valuable and money is everything. I want you to watch this movie called Focus. It's with Will Smith. Watch it. It's about how the subconscious mind works. It's a must-watch movie actually. Watch it. Okay? Now, poverty is what the powerful do to you. It is not what you do to yourself. We are made to believe that I am poor because I have only not worked. Yeah, it's because of me only, because of me only. And then that distortion amongst self that, oh, there's something wrong with me. Oh my God, shame, guilt. Oh my God, I'm nothing. And this, my friends have gone so far ahead and this and that. Shame and guilt and fear and scarcity are the strings that make you dance like a puppet. Okay? And this is something you must understand. You must understand it. I'm not telling you to believe, I'm not telling you I am speaking the ultimate truth, but I need you to think. Think for yourself. Just think for yourself. Now we come back to the final topic in money called crisis. Now, why is there a crisis? Why is there a stock market crash? Why does the stock market crash? Why? I'll tell you. In economics, we are not taught this, but I'll tell you. Crisis, the whole point of a crisis, the whole point of a war is to destroy wealth. I want you to think properly. Keep your emotions out of this. I had lots of questions. Oh, people are dying, people are starving, the houses are getting destroyed. All of that was fluttering in my head also. But listen, just listen. Crisis is what is created so that wealth can be destroyed. When is a crisis created? When there is too much money in the market. When there's too much money in the market, that means people are not going to work as hard. That means that sudden scarcity mindset is slowly turning into abundance. The minute that is happening, there will be a crisis, there will be a war. Okay? This is important to understand. So, crisis is basically the destruction of wealth. Because when there is too much money, no one will work. So then this will affect the powerful people, and then the powerful people will wonder that, I'm not getting enough power anymore because the people under me are not working as hard. Why are they not working as hard? Because now they are content with what they have. So now we will make them discontent with what they have and create this mass illusion of scarcity, show people, destroyed, show people crying in misery on the road, burnt. And I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm saying it's happening. But why is it happening? The bigger game. Yes, lives are getting lost. People are really suffering. All of that is going on. But why? Why? This is what we have to think about. And no one thinks about it. Everyone will stop at, oh, there's a war. Finished. That's it. That's where you stop. This utilization to matlab hai hi nahi, And I'm telling you, utilize this. Okay. So its purpose is to instill fear and scarcity and destroy wealth in order to make you believe that money is the most valuable. The minute you see wars and you see the scarcity, poverty, you'll be like, oh God, I better make more money. I better make more money. I have to accumulate more. Tomorrow. What if this happens here? I need money to keep myself safe. And that again creates the fire in your belly to work, which today in a very fancy way is called ambition. Oh, they are so ambitious. Just another name for greed, why? It's just another name for being dumb enough to get into the illusion of scarcity. Okay? Now, this entire system is created by the central bank to make everybody work as hard as possible. The real value now that you need to understand is not in the money, but in the quality of work and the amount of time and energy put in. The real value is there. That which is really valuable is what creates power. Meanwhile, we are giving the most valuable thing to these big institutions in the false security of this dangling little note that we have given value to. Then I had gotten a question in one of the seminars saying, what about food? Food, why are the people starving? Same concept. I want you to go to even places like Dubai where nothing grows. You go to Dubai and look at the amount of food wastage out there. Just look. Go to a third world country and go check. There will be food wastage there also. Why? Because food grows everywhere. It is in absolute abundance. This is drilled into our heads that there is less of, eat less, do this, do that, do this, do that. It's scaring us, which is attracting scarcity mindset and the illusion of misery. And once we believe that we are scarce, we will act like it. Once we act like it, then we become it. And this is something we must understand. It's so important, And now that we've spoken about this entire topic, I want to talk about Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Have you read the book? Watch one of his interviews where he's talking to, I think, Beer Biceps, the TRS channel on YouTube. I want you to have a look at that. And he's spoken about how this Rich Dad, Poor Dad author is very proudly sitting in this podcast and saying, ha 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 ha, all my wealth is mainly loans, ha 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 ha. And most people who don't know everything I've explained in this seminar will be like, oh, what a guy, what a shameless guy. But he's not shameless, he is intelligent. He has understood this entire system, taken advantage and become rich. And he's lived his life on his terms. He's had the ability to see life the way that he wants to see. And not being, completely controlled by the mass hallucination of consciousness that is going on. So this was my entire topic and this is what I want to talk about. Next topic will be about happiness and will be a little bit about monotheism. We'll get into all of that, but I hope you've understood this, hope it helped someone and, come along. Thank you for being here and keep learning with me.